Day number 3 of the 2018 Bisfed Boccia World Championships brought with it no shortage of drama and quality. Hidetaka Sugimura kicked it off in the BC2s with a brilliant win over Robert Mejik, securing his place and Robert's through to the next round as the pool stages came to a close. We then saw Britain's Claire Taggart just fall short against Mateusz Urbanski of Poland. It's been an interesting tournament for Britain as we've had good results and bad results from Team GB's perspective, but Urbanski just had that little bit of extra quality which paid in the end. A good game which went the way of Urbanski. Then we had the BC3 last 16 match between Greg Polykronidis and Eric Boussiet. Polykronidis was in fantastic form against the Canadian, who, despite a really good start, never really got going, and Polykronidis' accuracy was just too much for Boussiet to live with, and it was all smiles in the end for the Greek. Next up was the Paralympic champion Wotcherapon Vongsa against Dmitry Kozmin of Russia, and Kozmin took Vongsa all the way in this one. He did not have it all his own way at all. He really had to work very hard, taking a win 3-1 in the end. Next it was Boris Nikolai, who surprisingly knocked out the favourite in the BC4s, Britain's Stephen Maguire, earlier on against Eliseo dos Santos in the BC4 match here. And Eliseo started well, 3-0 up at one stage, but Boris Nikolai roared back to continue his sterling run in this one as he made his way through to the quarter-final with a 7-3 victory. The German is really pumped up for this one, and he is a real dark horse in this competition. All smiles for Team Germany after a brilliant comeback from Boris Nikolai, who makes his way through to the semi-finals. And what a way to end a fantastic day. Takumi Nakamura against the Paralympic champion and the world number 1, David Smith. David Smith started off, as we've seen David Smith all the way through this tournament. He won his 17th straight end in a row without dropping one, only for Nakamura to come back. He had a chance to win it in the final end, only for it to go all the way to tie-break. And ultimately, it was David Smith who just scrambled over the line. What an incredible match in that quarter-final. Elsewhere in the BC1s, José de Oliveira of Brazil, who came in as a big favourite in this match with Vitsanu Hudpradit of Thailand, was beaten 8-1, setting up a mouth-watering prospect of Smith versus Hudpradit in the semi. The other semi-final is made up of Daniel Perez and Kai Sun of the Netherlands and China, respectively, after Thomas Kral and Guilherme Moraes fell by the wayside. In the BC2s, there was a big shock as the Paralympic champion was eliminated by Robert Mejik 3-1. And it was Sengampa who made his way through against Nadav Levy 3-2 after his own personal comeback in that one. Hidetaka Sugimura continued his good run against Cristina Gonçalves of Portugal, and Hu Lam Yung fell against Zhiqiang Yan of China. A very good semi-final matchup in prospect there. In the BC3s, we are almost set up for a rematch of the Paralympic final 2 years ago. Greg Polykronidis getting through just against Alexander Legostayev. Yejin Choi falling to Daniel Michel, the Australian. Jaden McCowan and Ho Won-jong was the standout quarter-final, and the number 2 seed fell 6-1. Ho Won-jong in front of a big crowd, reminding everyone of his qualities. Jeon-Yup Kim will make up an all-Korean semi-final with a possibility for an all-Paralympic medalist final. In the BC4s, there was some amazing matches here. Boris Nikolai, as we already saw, eliminating Eliseo dos Santos. Euclides Grisales of Colombia made his way through against Jimai Lin of China, and what a match this was. It went all the way to tie-break. Alison Levine with maybe the shot of the championship to get the point there to take her through to the semi-finals. Duban Seli of Colombia then falling to Yusan Zheng of China. Those are the semi-final lineups, and we will see all of these semi-finals tomorrow and all the finals individually on the final day of the individual competition. We cannot wait to watch it. And we know, after watching these highlights, you'll be joining us.